Okay, this video is being made, as you can clearly see, as a result of me showing you this video picture of my cell phone. You can see that today's date is 10/20/2013 at 9:24 a.m. as a result of me showing you this video picture of my cell phone. This video is being made for prediction purposes in reference to what could, might, and possibly will transpire at this particular hiking area that I'm at right now. Gill, opposite of woman. Code word for location that I've been at for 11 full months. I'm an organized stalking, gang stalking target, and what I'm doing is I'm even tape recording the verbal statements that I'm making in this video file on this tape recorder as I'm speaking. Now, the reason and the purpose behind, the motivation behind the reason why I'm making this particular video prediction file is in order to be able to isolate these predictions into on this particular video file at the beginning of it as a result of me showing you the video picture of my cell phone. Now, I'm a target of what is known as organized stalking, which can also be termed as gang stalking. And excuse me for talking with my hands, but it's just what I do sometimes. Anyways, I'm in San Diego, California. And this video is a very serious video. It's just going to have comical moments. That way, I can possibly, if I have the time, watch it later and have a laugh. Now, I'm preparing right now to do some things that are going to show you some evidence. Look in the description of this YouTube video, or look at any videos that were also published on this date in reference to this YouTube channel. Because you're gonna be able to see some videos of undisputable evidence that I am a target of this crime that is known as organized stalking, which can also be termed as gang stalking. Now, hold on for a second. Organized stalking and gang stalking targets. If you research these types of crime by typing in organized stalking or gang stalking on the internet, you'll clearly be able to see, just in your first day of research, the initial research that you do, you'll be able to see that creating homelessness of targets is one of their main objectives. That is achieved by getting landlords and property owners on board, postal employees on board when they're needed for mail theft and mail delayment of rent. These perpetrating idiots will even go as far as renting apartments next to a target, either above, below, or adjacent to a target, or soliciting current tenants that are above, below, or adjacent to a target's apartment to engage in gang stalking methods. Organized stalking and gang stalking is basically nothing but organized crime that is in the system that is perpetrating these criminalities. The police are involved in these criminalities like you would not believe. In fact, let me just backtrack for a second. This is a video prediction concerning what could and might transpire at this hiking area that I'm at right now in San Diego County, San Diego, California, in the La Jolla community. I'm not involved in any illegal or criminal activity whatsoever. I am not mentally ill in any way, shape, or form, and I am not a threat to myself or others. But these three descriptions that I just described to you are the types of labels that the organized crime members that are in the system, which definitely includes police officers, corrupt county mental health, corrupt psychiatrists that are in area neighborhood hospitals, that's right, and even private doctors can be brought on board in these campaigns as a result of collusion, intimidation, threats, bribery, you name it. Because the individuals who are steering these expeditions do have power positions in the community to collude with for cooperation from even unsyndicated doctors. Okay? And this includes psychotherapists, psychiatrists, medical doctors, you name it. Now, this organized crime that's in the system that is using their employment descriptions to perpetrate these crimes and then using the same system to protect them while nullifying and vilifying the targets of them, they are the responsible parties for these criminalities. So what I do is I basically have developed my own strategies to prove that this criminality is happening towards me, that is being covertly managed and overtly and at times directly brought about against me, my person, my finances, my reputation, and my property on a daily basis. Now, these crimes are very hard to prove because they're mostly overtly executed. They're based on deception. Staged street theaters are brought about against organized stalking, gang stalking targets, and staged street theaters are nothing but staged events that are designed, staged events, staged incidences, staged accusations, staged complaints, and when they stage these things, they will also stage the witnesses. And another thing that they do is that they will also make it appear that the people that are involved in the incident or as witnesses of the incidences, they want to make it appear that these are upstanding community members that are involved either in the incident and or witnesses. Or what they'll do is do an about face and use lowlifes in the community, so if the staged event goes sideways for them, they can try and claim that the person who's attacking the target or complaining about the target or involved in the incident against the target is mentally ill, on something, a threat to themselves or others, because they got to make it appear that everything that's happening to a target is either the target's fault or that what's happening to a target doesn't have purpose. What am I trying to say in reference to that description? On over 6 different occasions at 6 different locations, incidences have been brought about me that have literally been directly brought about towards me, concerning me, for harassment purposes. I have called the police or have waved down security at the places that these harassment campaigns have happened at. And basically, what the excuse was used in reference to the security and or police concerning these events that are separate, 6 separate events at least, what they did was, because I got a video camera and I wear a tape recorder running at all times, what they did then was, as a result of me being able to have proof that the individuals were the ones who were responsible for the incident, the police and security on each separate occasion would label the individuals who were causing the problem against me as being a threat to my what they basically did was use the excuse that this person had harassed other people in the area on the same day or on previous days, or that this person is crazy. Drunk or on something. Okay? Because they have to make it appear that what's happening to organized stalking, gang stalking targets is anything but organized stalking. That's right. So if they can't discredit or blame the target for the problem, what they'll do is paint the picture of what's happening to a target doesn't have purpose by trying to claim that what's happening to a target is because of a known troublemaker who has harassed other people in the past, or has harassed people that were in another location that person was in before that person arrived in the area where the targeted individual is at. That's right. Like say if they did this at SDSU, they had an individual. I arrived at SDSU and I was on the trolley. The tape recorder was running. You can hear on the tape recorder me minding my own business, me being on the trolley, getting off the trolley, and then walking over to the elevator. This guy starts harassing me. That's right. And you wouldn't believe the shit he was saying to me, trying to make it appear that I was the problem or possibly even some kind of social deviant. And then, so I got fed up with it, and when I got off the elevator, I noticed 2 SDSU police officers talking to another woman. And so I walked over to him and I made a complaint and I pointed out the guy. And so what they did was, they used the witness to try and claim that this guy had just got done, that he had just got done witnessing this guy harassing people on the trolley and at the trolley stop that he was at before he got on the trolley. Because they have to make it appear that this person is not just harassing me specifically, purposely, with purpose. That's right. And they use the same exact identical excuse on over at least anywhere between at least 4 to 6 separate occasions at 6 separate locations. That's right. Because they know, the manager of this expedition knows I'm wearing a tape recorder. That's right. And by the way, that SDSU incident that occurred, a SDSU police officer checked my Michigan license that day. That's right. Because he asked me for my ID, and the only ID I had on my available for me to just grab was an expired Michigan license. He took that license and radio dispatched it in, and I heard what came over his radio in reference to that license being checked. And it clearly showed that he was checking me as a person, who I am, in reference to who I am and my license. And why am I bringing this up? Because when they pulled an incident at SDSU on February 1st, 2013, they were given the same exact license, and they tried to say that as a result of them checking that same exact license, that some information came up about a Leslie Williams from New Mexico, who's got a bunch of criminal shit on her record. And when I heard that come over their radio dispatch as the event was unfolding, and the radio dispatch transmitting that a Leslie Williams from New Mexico that's got all these crimes on her record, that they were trying to say that that was me, I said, that's not me. There's no way that's me, because for one, I've never lived in New Mexico, and for two, I don't have nothing, even nowhere near anything like that on my record. Okay? They said, well, you got to prove that this is not you. You got to give us your social security number. Okay, I wasn't about to give the SDSU campus police my social security number, because I already knew they were lying whores in reference to how they've been used in the past to literally gaslight me on the campus as I walked by them on previous occasions. It was a staged event. And everything that occurred on that day in reference to that staged event has been proven by me that it was a staged event. The person they used to go get the campus police, they were caught in a lie, and the media employees were caught in a lie in reference to who he was. On tape. That's right. So how can the SDSU campus police, and then once they arrested me and put me up in their car upstairs, the cop got in the car and he said, Leslie, tell me if this P.O. box, he had a computer screen. You know how cop cars have computer screens in their cars? He had my actual address on his computer screen, because he goes, Leslie, tell me if the P.O. box I got on my computer screen right now is yours. So how did he know what my P.O. box was unless he wasn't able to originally bring up my actual address based on the current California license? Because when I came to California, I transferred the Michigan license to the California license, which shows who I am by date, birth, and my address. So how did he have my P.O. box address up on his computer screen in his car unless he didn't already originally know who I was, in reference to him being able to bring up my information from that Michigan license? And on February 20th, 2013, I asked two San Diego Sheriff's officers inside of the Hall of Justice if they could identify me, who I am, from my California license, in reference to me transferring my Michigan identification from my Michigan license to the California one. In other words, basically, I asked him, I go, is there any way that any police officer can be confused if I showed them my Michigan license about who I really am, if they call information from that Michigan license to dispatch? They said no, long as they got your name and your date of birth. There was no way, because it's also got the license number on it as well. So they used that as a scheme to arrest me. That's right. And this happened almost a year ago, and that court case has never, I have not gotten anything from the prosecutor's office in reference to that arrest. It was a staged arrest to make it appear that they had a legitimate reason to ban me for the campus. Then they turned around and said I was only banned for 7 days, and I think that was to bait me to come back, so they could say you were banned for good and then arrest me again for trespassing again, even though I wasn't trespassing to begin with. These are the criminalities of organized stalking and gang stalking. So we're going to see if any incident occurs at this hiking area where I'm at right now. GILL. The following is a code word in reference to my location, and I have to do it this way because I have to be able to secretly identify where I'm at in reference to this location without giving any other criminals that might be watching this video, without giving them too much information about where I'm living at. So the following is the following. GILL is I'll put it to you this way. It's descriptive. Okay? Now, I'm not a man. I'm a woman. I know you're going to probably think this sounds ridiculous, and even by just doing this, you're going to probably think this woman's crazy. But trust me, if you knew who I am, and what I know, and what has happened to me, you would know why I'm doing this. Now, again, if anything happens at this area, before I can finally move my very last stitch of property from this area, I don't care how it comes about, who's involved, because they have to make it look like any law enforcement agency or officer from any agency, whether it be California Highway Patrol, Sheriff's Department, San Diego Police Department, Neighborhood Watch, concerned neighbors, anybody that's in the area for normal appearing reasons like jogging, walking, going for a walking their dog, walking their baby, car breaking down, getting pulled over by the police for a ticket, traffic stop, neighbor from behind me up off the hill or from across the street up off the hill. They have to make it appear that the police approaching me at this hiking, or the property owner, or anybody pretending to be the property owner, they have to make it appear that the reason why they're approaching me to evict me and or arrest me or give me a ticket is being done through normal appearing means, which means they got to develop a scheme and then the maneuvers to bring about the scheme. That's right, this is how organized stalking and gang stalking operates. I'm in San Diego, California. Today's date is October 20th, 2013, which again you can see by me showing you this video picture of my cell phone. And basically what they will do, they set up some individuals to hike out, supposedly hike out, about 200 feet away. And they are constantly saying things in order to get my attention to make me feel harassed. Now they will lie about it up and down the road concerning it. That's right, and if I even complain about it to the police, who are syndicated, I already know the San Diego police are involved in the criminality that's happening towards me because an individual admitted to me in a hidden running tape recorder on February 20th, 2013 that a San Diego police officer put him on the corner to engage in gang stalking harassment. That's right. That's right. So I already know the San Diego police are involved in this. And all organized stalking, gang stalking targets, once they're flagged and tagged to beat organized stalking targets, once they are flagged and tagged, let's just put it to you this way. Whenever anything that is happening to a targeted individual, they have on that staged event, they have on that day when they know they're bringing about an event towards a target because it's staged, they already have a police officer who is waiting to be called if need be, or if he's part of the scheme concerning the event, to be on call and be ready to appear at the scene as a result of him either being part of the scheme that he's going to be playing a role in once the scheme unfolds, or on standby in case the event gets out of hand. That's right. Now you can go to Google and type in a gang stalking tech, everything you need to know, which is a manifesto of a manager of gang stalking crews. He flat out states in the manifesto that when a member of the syndicate or a pawn that's being used for the syndicate is involved in a crime, that they have a police officer waiting to intercept the call in case the crime gets out of hand. Just review it. Now, my name is Lester Williams. I'm a good woman. I'm not involved in any illegal or criminal activity whatsoever. I'm not mentally ill in any way, shape, or form, and I am not a threat to myself or others. But these are the three labels that they attempt to put on organized stalking, gang stalking targets when the target is set up in concerning a staged event, when a target calls the police, or when one of their staged witnesses call the police, or even when a witness that's in the community that might be seeing something happening, okay, might call the police. The 911 dispatch and the calls called in reference to a target's location are monitored because they got to make it appear that what is happening to a target is either the target's fault, or if the event goes sideways, they have to make it appear that the target's just being harassed because of an idiot or a troublemaker, because they don't want to make it appear on police report that what's happening to a target is because of organized stalking. Okay, I'm predicting it right now. They know where I'm at because they get bicyclists to go by on the sidewalk and say gang stalking. I'm going to play you an audio file right now, and I want you to listen to how much gang stalking is said around me inside of Club Med restaurant on UCSD campus just 3 days ago. Okay? I want you to listen to it. You're listening to, oh my god, gang stalk, gang stalker, oh my god, gang stalk, gang stalker. Listen. You be the judge. Do you hear it? See if I hear gang stalking here. Club Med, October 18, 2013. You say, oh my god, with gang stalk, or gang stalk, and then oh my god. Alright, I know you just heard it. Now, they're doing the same thing as this typing. They're having individuals. When you go back to listen to this video, especially at the point where I just transferred over to you the audio file from Club Med, which is a restaurant which is right up the walking pathway from the biomedical library at UCSD campus. Hang on one second. I apologize for talking while I'm making this video, but getting around me and repeating gang stalk, this is what I want you to do. If you feel inclined to do so. If you had the interest to do so. I gotta feed my bird, hang on. What they do is get along all my paths, along all my routes, and they have done it for the last year and a half, and I have over 700 audio files to prove it, is get around me and say gang stalk, oh my god, gang stalk, gang stalker, gang stalk, oh my god, gang stalk, gang stalker, gang stalking, gang stalk, oh my god, weird, crazy, gang stalk. And another word that's got the initials CH. Was that on the audio part of the audio file you just heard? Go back and listen to this video in reference to what I just transferred over to you from this tape recorder. That occurred on the 18th of October, 2013. That's right. That's right. 3 days before, it occurred at the Jack in the Box, where it was caught repeatedly on prior occasions in that Jack in the Box on audio and video. I had to call the police over it, and they got to the point to where I was like giving them so much articulated. My statements were so articulated and backed up with evidence, they got scared, and so they threatened me with a psychologist. And that's exactly what they're doing in reference to the bicyclists that they're getting to go by, and the idiots they set up 200 feet away are doing the same thing. It's their way to remind me that I'm a victim of this crime by repeating the name of it along all of my routes to keep me mentally preoccupied concerning it, so I'll have emotional reactions about it, and to make me feel victimized and re-victimized concerning it. That's right. It's called sensitization methods. Now you can go to Google and you can type in gang stalking or organized stalking and repeating words and phrases. Just do it. Okay, just do it. My name is Leslie Williams. I'm in San Diego, California. Again, if this video stops while I'm talking to you right now, that's because the battery is running low. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it for you again. You hear it clearly being said in the background at UCSD and the Club Med. Just listen. See if I hear gang stalking here. Club Med. October 18th, 2013. What you're listening for is gang stalk and oh my god. Listen to how it's said back to back by different people. See if I hear gang stalking here. Club Med. October 18th, 2013. See, oh my god, with gang stalk or gang stalk and then oh my god. And then what they do is they laugh about it. See, what they work in concert. They're told what to do. What they basically do is take a picture, hang on, of the targeted individual. And then as a result of the surveillance and tracking of a target, they know where a target's at in real time at all times. When they see that a targeted